Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. I heard tell one time the story of a high school student, bright, motivated student, but had rather kind of helicopter hovering parents, especially his mother, was there for every single day of high school watching over him, attempting to volunteer, but interfering more often than not. And so excited, and so thrilled with how well the boy was doing in high school. And they're talking about holding a great big party for his high school graduation. The youngster was in the top 5 of his class. He was voted the most likely to succeed. And as she's preparing for the party, one of her friends asked the mother, "Well, what is your son going to do next? What's he going to do after high school?" And the mother says, "What do you mean? He's graduating from high school. What do you mean after? What's after?" And they said, "Well, is he going to go to college, junior college, or 4-year college? Is he going to go to trade school? Is he going to enter into apprenticeship, or is he going to go to the military?" And the mother just gets this real blank look on her face and says, "Well, no, he's going to be done. He's graduated from high school. We don't have plans for him to do anything else." How sad that life must be for that young man, because we all know that high school graduation is a beginning, not an end. It's the start of new things, not the end of everything we've planned for life. The Apostle Paul wanted the Philippian church to understand that their discipleship was beginning and that God was doing a continuing work in their lives. In Philippians chapter 2, verses 12 through 13, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, it says, "Dear friends, you always followed my instructions when I was with you. And now that I'm away, it's even more important. Work hard to show the results of your salvation, obeying God with deep reverence and fear. For God is working in you, giving you the desire and the power to do what pleases Him." You see, salvation is not the end of our relationship with God, it's the beginning. And God continues to work in our hearts and lives. Listen to what He says. First thing He reminds him is to follow your instructions. You did it just fine when I was there. You need to keep doing it now that I, Paul, am not with you anymore. It's even more important now that I'm gone. And He reminds them to work hard that they may show the results of their salvation in their lives, that their lives would be different because they've been saved. He reminds them that we need to obey God with great reverence and fear. Sometimes I'm afraid we miss out on that concept of fearing the Lord. And I think the wrath of God is something we ought to be afraid of. And then He reminds them, God is working in you. It's not that God did His work in you, although He did, but it's that God is continuing to work in your hearts and lives. What He wants to do is change your desires and give you a desire to please Him, and even more so than that, give you the power to please Him. So often Christians think, "Well, I've been doing this Christian thing for a long time. I can kind of coast now." And there's not really a retirement plan from Christianity for God. He wants us to continue to be learning, to be working, to be striving, to be obeying, and to be wanting to please Him. That's not a bad set of prayer requests for your own personal life. That God would change your desires and that God would give you the power to please Him. May this week you and I both have both the desire and the power to please God with all of our actions. God bless you.